hello. I turned this on before I was ready. Okay, evidently the VTuber cannot be on at the same time as everything else, so the VTuber is going to be killed. Okay, dead. Anyways, hi everyone. I'm gonna play more Disco Elysium. I hope that you have had a good week. I'm sorry that my computer cannot handle having multiple applications on at once. But it is what it is. We work with a laptop. Hello, Useless. What am I doing today? I'm playing Disco Elysium, and I'm starting over, because I don't like the build that I started. I was originally going to do this off-stream, but as I was doing it off-stream, new dialogue things came up, so I'm going to speed through the first little bit with a different build, and then hopefully play some new stuff. Yeah, because I saw new information. I was like, oh, I that is new, and I want to make sure that I represent that. I'm gonna put my glasses on now that I don't have to put my VTuber on. So yeah, the first like half hour I'm just going to speed through what we'd already done with a different build. Because last time I chose the Thinker, and I don't like the Thinker because the Encyclopedia perk is horrible. It is so much lore, it is so much more lore than I actually want, and I just want to not think. So I'm gonna build my own character. I am going to make this character no, that's not what I wanted to do. How do I do this? Ah, there we go. Okay, it wanted me to use my D-pad. I'm gonna make this character so average. I'll make him a little emotionally sensitive, but then average everywhere else. I think that that might do me decent. That way I see something kind of interesting, but it's not like completely Joe Schmo. And then we'll do connection to Station 41, understand cop culture. We'll do suggestion, charm men and women, play the puppet master. I don't know why. I was just like, oh, that's neat. I like that art. Let's do that. You didn't want to make him smart? You don't want to make him smart. No, I don't. I'll have him be a little... He'll be like a little bit of a himbo. I guess he would have more strength if he was going to be a true himbo. But we're... No, I didn't mean to... we're skipping through. We're skipping through.
Void of struggle. You got it, sweet brother. Coming right up, sir.
Allons-y.
All right. Great.
I don't know. Yep.
Really?
Speedrun.
Look, you can take it. You're a champion.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth.
I'm a bit scared. Let's go back to the dark. Okay, okay. There's going to be a lot of that for the first little bit. I respect the faux himbo. Yeah, he will be a faux himbo. He'll be very sensitive. He will be average in terms of strength. Alright, time to find our clothes. Pants. Pants. Shirt. Shirt. Other shirt. In total, I really didn't do very much during my first playthrough. I lingered. This time we're not lingering. We're being as efficient as possible.
The window stands broken in its frame. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy. The shards fade. A fine web of scar, more likely a projectile than a hell.
Assess the impact. We're good. Yep, shoe.
You smashed the window with your own shoe.
I should go get that shoe.
Cool wind gushes.
This will be unwatchable. Okay, is there anything significant that I should take a look at? That. Commodore Red. I believe I looked at the mirror, which I could do. Go, 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 go. You got this. There we go.
A mirror. Hot water. Suddenly,
Wipe the mirror.
Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Wipe the mirror.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
The face of a late-stage
Too
alcoholic.
late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression?
I'm not faking it, the face is making
Please
itself. Try to stop.
Oh my god, what does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? Please promise
Suggestive.
yourself you are not going to try it on any of the ladies. Whatever.
I
You
promise.
liar. You can't even tell the
I don't
truth to
need
yourself.
encyclopedia. I need
Try
to
something.
stop.
It's too late.
Wait.
Like the rest
I
of
didn't mean to do that.
It comes from...
Anyways, what was my week like? I missed streaming last week because it is that time in the semester.
It says...
Which is to say it is 4 weeks until the end of the semester, so I am in hell. Hey, there's some feet, some get up and go. Give me the money. Give me the money. Give me the money. No, 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 no. Give me the money. There is something on the table. Take it. We need that money for reasons. Yeah, what was my week like? My week was tiring. Fine. I have taken on the idea of doing a... At least you're almost kind of done with this semester. True, almost there. Not quite yet. This is the eye of the storm, so there's like... I have 2 major group projects, 1 major individual project.
Officer.
Hello.
The young woman, her eyes are brown, and her face is speckled with burn. There's only one solution to this.
Why'd you call me an
Because you're a
officer?
police officer, so
Are you sure?
yeah, you've been
All this
here
time?
for
What business
goodness
is
sake.
that?
In truth,
We're not going to be
so far,
suggestive.
mostly drinking.
Why wouldn't I
Could it
remember
be
being a
because
cop?
of the drinking?
Who in the right mind would want me to be an
A
officer?
glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself.
Actually, I see why they wouldn't trust me with the law. I have the right character.
Fondness for contradictory statements.
I had thrown my shoe at the window. I deduced this from the direction of the shards.
Extraordinary.
I'm gonna go.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
I start real calls on my job next week. At least I've been doing really good at my mock calls. That's exciting.
Something stirs in you. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
For the most part, people are friendly. I don't think you have anything to worry about. I have some questions
Yes.
before you go. Where is
The dock
here?
workers are pretty...
Where
You're
is
in a
here?
We are in Revachol.
Should that mean
You
something
sure
to me?
look like you're from Revachol. Revachol parties.
What year is
It's
it?
51.
What century is
The
it?
current century? Centuries don't have numbers.
How many centuries?
Civilization has existed for 8.
What's so funny?
Right. There is nothing.
Your
There is
room.
the- I
Any
couldn't
visitors?
say.
Loud disco
Oh,
music.
yes. Oh, we're huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course.
We go on
I
alright.
don't know about the
What happened?
slow, sad songs.
What was I singing?
That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now.
I've heard enough.
Okay.
Let me go.
Glad to have been of assistance.
If I get an irate customer, I have to escalate the call. Ah. But how do you tell when someone's irate? Trompe le monde. Okay. What? Go down. Go down. Downstairs. There we go. Ah, there he is. My boy. Okay, I'll probably start reading a little bit more here. We're just gonna go straight to the boy. I don't think that there's anything that I did other than talk to the dude about the bird. My customer's irate when they refuse to give me information to troubleshoot. Ah, interesting. It's nice to have like a distinct definition for that.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You.
Maybe.
As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
So this was the message that made me go, huh, maybe I shouldn't do this on my own. Maybe I should actually stream me going through and replaying this. Because I was like, wait, why? I never got this impression. I wasn't emotionally mature enough in my last playthrough to see this. Who is he to me?
He is your half-brother.
He's my half-brother? Well,
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
Half-brother as in, like, is that literal half-brother? Like, we both share a mom and or father?
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
Do I have conceptualization?
Okay then.
Wait, no, I didn't mean to do that. I think I did that last time too. God damn it.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
I have not.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Look, man, you know, yeah, no.
So, the body...
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
It is kind of fun to have empathy.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
How can you be so sure I'm from the police? So we
I
did
was
hear
sent
this
here
before.
to meet a detective. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. Yes. They are not just white rectangles. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage. You mean you don't have a badge?
It was not on me when I woke
Losing
up.
your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
What if I told you I'm not really a police
We all
officer?
feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing. But first, we have to take it down.
I can't remember
I
any
can
time.
see you drank last night. If you need something for your headache, there is a...
He's so sweet.
Officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party.
Okay, we're gonna get there. Last time, I stole this man's stuff. I wonder if I can successfully steal his stuff again. Empathy really do be like a... man is sleeping on the table wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo on it with a tree.
Rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
I don't need to know who this is. Pick up the pills.
The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is...
I don't remember being told that Kim was in your party last time. I vaguely remember being told that.
Morale if you have morale damage.
Who is this?
No idea. Looks like he works for Wild Pines, the logistics company who owns and operates the harbor. Possibly because there's a strike going on in the harbor. There's not much to do aside from drinking and sleeping.
Okay, this didn't give me the option to steal from him. Maybe that was my brain knowledge that made me steal. This game is different when you're a different person. Or, this game is different when you have different skills, rather.
A man in his late 20s with a thin, unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant. Could he be irritated with you? He avoids eye contact altogether, like you're not even there.
Mr. Guard, right? You run this place.
Why do they pause? I don't understand some of the narration decisions here.
Yes. I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
The Harbinger of Ruin. The last time I said I'm currently in between names.
Fantastic.
Kim is about to say something, let him.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
The worst part is the pausing is not consistent at all. Yeah, no, it's not. It's very confusing sometimes.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you...
I didn't imply that. Detective.
Who, me? Yes.
I have everything. You?
I'm good.
The body was behind the building, right? How do we get there?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
Yeah, there's that inconsistent pause.
How do we get there?
See that door there? Go out and turn right. There's a big hole in the fence. No need for a key. Just go through that hole and you'll be in the courtyard.
Are you supposed to feel guilty about the hole? His side tells you yes.
Ah, okay.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
Okay, can I slip away unnoticed? No!
You're running like the wind. Then you've suddenly turned around and are giving him the finger.
What have I done?
With both hands. Why?
What have I done? Why did I do this? I just wanted to see what might happen, and I failed. Well, I have to live with my decisions, I guess.
That's true. Yes. And it's worrying. But let's not fixate on it. Look at that stupid bartender instead. He has no idea what's going on. You and your fuck you fingers floating in the air. Barkeep's got his mouth agape like an idiot. You showed him.
Why did I do this?
Watch out!
everything goes dark.
Back so soon?
Oh no. This did not need to happen. I gave no such commands to my body.
Those are mysteries of the spinal cord. The spinal cord has yet to reveal itself to you. Its mysteries are unholy mystery.
Wow, there's more of you hidden? I'm so cool. I don't know, that just comes off as a lazy effort of reconceptualizing the antics of a shambling drunk. I don't know.
If it comes off like that, it's because it is. And you are.
Why did I do this?
I was wrong to let you go. I should have kept you here. Is it bright where you are? Is it terrifying? Have you felt the love?
This is really funny right after the message where it's like, Kim would immediately sacrifice his life for you, and then I fucking bolt and launch myself into a lady in a wheelchair. It's gonna be fine.
It doesn't look so, sweetie. Are you okay?
Oh, cool! I didn't hit her. The cryptozoologist's wife.
No, you have sustained a trauma to your lower neck. In addition,
Oh.
you have strained your left trapezius muscle. Pain surges down your back when you move.
Are you okay?
The chair took the brunt of it. Don't worry.
Are you sure, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Check on him.
Sir, I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry. This has always been a cop-friendly place.
Well, that's interesting.
The drinks are on the house, okay? There were a lot of drinks on the tab. I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window, though. That's 100 square.
Cool.
Not entirely cool. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you back up there.
I think that this is a win, to be honest.
For God's sake, watch out for yourself.
How do I fix my body? Hi Kim, how do you feel about what I've just done?
Yes?
I want to talk about you.
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
We'll work better if we have more rapport.
That's a fair point. Alright, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
None of these are questions, except for this one. You're wearing glasses.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
What does that mean? Glasses are cool, I guess.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome.
You could use a good, normal pair yourself.
You don't look like other people around here. I don't know if I should say that. We're gonna say it.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
What's Seoul?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity, and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I really needed to change my stats in order for Harry to be a himbo. You're only making it sound uninteresting. I still want to know.
You're barking at the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Ravacholier.
Ravacholier. Tell me a secret about yourself.
No.
Why he put his hand on his hip? Tell me a secret about yourself.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow. The eyebrow is exercising psionic control over you.
What's happening to me?
Something the matter, detective?
This guy's got authority off the charts. With just the flick of his eyebrow, he's able to make you his thrall.
What can I do about it?
Nothing. You better hope he doesn't abuse his authority. There's a lot of it.
Silently scream for help. I accept.
The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
Wait, what? You know, when you're talking, when you're thinking, do you have conversations with your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So how do you, so you're saying your brain never just chimes in with advice or warnings or anything?
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. That's where his conversations with himself take place.
Oh.
You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
That's all for now.
Good. Let's change the subject.
Tell me about... I think you should know that I can't remember anything.
No response. He just arches his brow.
I feel like I must repeat this. I don't remember anything. There was heavy drinking involved.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
That is a legitimate point.
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Well, I know that the answer to this will be the case. I'm completely lacking in basic information about even this organization we're in. Can you help me? I'm afraid this is a medical situation.
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation.
Okay.
Focus on other people's troubles, not your own. That is a relief.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Tell me about the case.
What do you want to know?
Literally anything.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know, to help me narrow it down a bit.
Only what you told me before.
Do you want me to brief you?
Brief me.
3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Okay, this is telling me more than what I knew before. Does the briefing say who the victim was? Well, it just said that we don't know. Or wait, does it? Woo! Security guard. Oh, yeah. Does it say who the victim was?
A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide themselves?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
I understand everything now.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
Hello?
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
Oh.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
You know what I'm in on? Retrograde amnesia.
Better still than an imbecilic cop-off.
Cop-off?
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
I'll let it go for now.
Is there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
Would you say this is a mysterious case?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
White male in his 40s. What more do I need? Do you need? Personally, I think labor disputes are very mysterious. Probably isn't mysterious, but it could be sexy. Man, what are these options? I was thinking something otherworldly might be involved. You know, something supernatural.
I'm relieved that you agree.
Oh, interesting.
He is glad and surprised to see an officer who can appreciate the less than spectacular.
Is there anything else? You look like you were about to say
Do you know
something.
the feeling when you've begun filling in a crossword, but some of your answers don't quite seem to fit? That's the feeling I have right now, for some reason.
What is a crossword? No, we're not going to go there. I know exactly what you mean.
It will turn into quite the puzzle yet, I'm afraid.
I have all the info that I need for now. You seem to be following me.
Excuse me?
Beat it. Nothing, just an observation.
You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
What do you mean distinctive?
I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically.
It's because I'm playing a video
They
game.
say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
That's racist? Oh no!
I don't know. Containers contain, I guess. I'm making assumptions. We should move on.
Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up.
Ah. I prefer this to the info dump. Let's continue forward. Can I steal your thing? Or nah?
The worker, isn't it? Perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from.
No, we're good. Okay. Moving forward, I will start actually reading things again. For union members at 4 p.m. This is personnel until 3. Water cooler. That man doesn't need help. Imagine your coworker at the police department asking what is soul with the most innocent / dumb look on his face. I guess the equivalent would be like your coworker in the police department is like, what is Korea? Let's see. I also prefer this to the info dump. Ideally, this is what info dump means. Yeah, because the other, it was just too much geographical information, too much historical information. The problem that I have with narratives is a lot of tell, don't show. And this is a lot more show. This is a lot more like, he's making observations. I'm trying to do things that I haven't done. What's up?
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
I am the law. What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
What's a jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
Cool. Whoa, autosave. There we go. Okay. Look at how tall I am. I'm like a head taller than Kim. Kim is so tiny. How does this man have authority over me? Let's go see the dead body. Hey, kid.
Kuno's got this.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy Kuno.
I'm not gonna get into this. We've seen these bastards. I thought I would care about historical geographical information, but I think it only really matters to me if it's relevant to the characters. Yeah, and at the moment it's not relevant at all. Like, it seems very counterintuitive to a very amnesiac character to have info dumps. It was very jarring in that sense. So it makes more sense for the someone's trying to go herbs in the dark garden. Rickety ladder, dead body.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
I'm not going to be able to let go of my nose without throwing up. Isn't Moose shorter than you? Why are you bringing Moose into this? Also, yes, Moose is like a head shorter than me. She fits right under my chin.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna blow Kuno.
I won't be able to do this.
The smell.
Imagine if I did, though.
It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind.
Let's walk away. Unsuccessful. That's fine. Moose is also Asian and short. That is true.
Body curls and pushes it out until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it.
Thanks.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia.
Isn't she also Korean? No, she's not. Now you're the racist one. Actually, no, that's not racist at all. That's just not knowing what kind of Asian she is. Where do we get ammonia from?
There is freight nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't... There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Okay. Last time I did that, I puked anyways. Whoops. Keep walking to that bush. Let's go to the garbage can. Dumpster.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags." There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
I do remember the Think Thonk said something like, "Don't look in the dumpster." I'm Asian too, I can't be racist. Ignore that Filipinos are extremely racist. Well, noted.
Well,
at least you're self-aware.
Maybe you're prioritizing it.
Lieutenant, what do you think could be in here?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
I feel like there's something in here.
What do you mean, feel?
Just a hunch. How do we get the lock open?
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Okay, I remember there not being that, so... Wait, does he have a key? I think he does have a key, actually. And he knows that I'm kind of pathetic at this point, so maybe he'll be nicer to me this time. Closed for the winter? I didn't know that was closed for the winter. Also, hi, I should talk to you.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
You sound surprised.
We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all.
I have some questions for you.
Of course. What can I help you with?
Do you have we need directions.
Of course. Where to?
Where am I?
What do you mean?
A little bit disoriented.
Yes, sir. District of...
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
Still uncomfortable with the level of disorientation. Oh my gosh. What's north?
There's the pier, the Cape Side...
What's east?
The harbor gates.
What's south?
Some shops and the... Just coast.
What's west?
It's just water. No problem.
Ammonia.
Sure.
Thanks.
Go easy on that stuff.
Bye.
Of course.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Can I borrow your gloves?
Sure. Keep them. I have another pair.
No visible annoyance. That's good. I am slowly catching up to where I was before. Let me see. Pry bar in here.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue vapor emit. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion.
Tore me from oblivion.
In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
I don't want to fucking deal with the radio right now. We're just gonna get into the toolbox.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools.
Ah.
But what can you do? Work is work.
Well, I'll take the pry bar because you've invited me to do it.
Feels nice and cold in your hand. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
What is this machine? No, we're not going to do that. We're just going to go use the pry bar. It's going to be fine. We don't need to know that my gun is missing. We'll deal with that later. Rue de Saint-Ghislain? 87. Pry bar.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says whirling in rags.
Okay. Apparently, I don't have the strength to do this. Let's go see if that man has keys. Oops. Are you okay? I did run into you. Can I talk to you? There we go.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
Maybe I am?
And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
I'm done with mating rituals around this time. Hate that. I don't know, maybe I have. I had once, but then I lost her. What? What is that? There's so little swag. Useless, you have shown up in my stream. I don't know, wink? Maybe I have?
Rascal. I'm too old for you, and too married besides.
Your advances haven't thrown her off one bit. In another place and time, she would have probably welcomed your attention.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
She's cute. I like her. It was an urgent message. It's an urgent message that I'm not going to read until afterwards.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
You seem to be in a chair. What a horrible thing to say. How'd you like to roll with me? I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything. I'm sorry that I crashed into you earlier.
Oh, I'm perfectly all right. I'm more worried about you. What was that?
What was that? Manager is a bad man. A man without honor or compassion. It's like my body had a will of its own. I was running, my torso turned, my hands made this lewd gesture.
Don't beat yourself up over it too much, dear. People do strange things when the old fight or flight kicks in. I'm just glad you weren't injured.
I love this woman. She's wonderful. Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money?
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
Oh my god.
If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad, lost person on this earth.
Oh. Tug on your heartstrings. Can I have a little bit of money, maybe? Can I have a little bit of dollars?
Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
This isn't reason for me to ask of anyone, but I'm at the end of my rope. Poor Kim watching me beg an old woman.
I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you this to pawn. Just to tide you over.
Oh, I feel bad.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, San Baptiste, Summer 31. Dinghy races.
Dinghy races?
You could totally sell this pin for cash.
What is to pawn? Oh my god. This will help me out, Lena. I promise I'll buy it back for you once I have more money.
Oh, it's not an ancient family heirloom or anything, but I suppose it would be nice to get it back.
I gotta go.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
I'll come back to her. She seems wonderful. She seems delightful. Old women are too much affectionate, yes. I'm trying to remember, there was like, I love workplace moms. Like, the older women that you just like come across and they're like, so sweet and so nice. I'm not gonna wake him up. I just keep trying to see if I can steal from him, because I would really like to steal from him. I remember I got like $3 from him last time, and it was a lot of money. It's a lot of money when you only have 40 cents on you. Hello, sir. Can I have maybe a, what am I looking for? The trash container.
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling is.
Prod at him and find out.
Doesn't seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor. This is where we get...
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov?
Yeah.
Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
What are you, Karl Marx? We need those keys.
What do you need them for?
To unlock the container.
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
I've seen something here at Whirlinggart. A thing I need to talk about.
What thing?
I saw a sign that the mess hall is reserved for the Union. Saw a sign that said I couldn't go to the kitchen. Why can't I go into the kitchen?
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
Okay.
He hates the Union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
It's a shame you gotta suck up to the Union and stay afloat.
I don't. I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating the offering of services to paying customers, and it doesn't matter. I don't have to explain myself to you.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
How do we find them?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
Why can't I go into the kitchen cart?
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
Do I have a search warrant? I feel like I'm lying. There may be something pertinent to the investigation in the kitchen.
He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that. If you... What?
Cool.
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
I saw another thing at the whirling.
Another thing. Great.
Oh, no I didn't.
I love... Yes?
Bye. I'm not going to talk to you about the money. I have 40 cents to my name. I appreciate this game acknowledges the corruption of some unions, at least. Yeah, that's always one thing that kind of isn't brought up in union talks. Undoubtedly, unions are good, but there's a lot of people that I talk to who are older who are anti-union just because of the corruption that they've experienced in their time as a worker. Oh, there we go.
Call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies. Delta Commerce Center.
There's too many fucking names here. We're not going to deal with that right now. Why is this game so big? Oh, we have the key. We have the key, we have the key, we have the key. In we go. We're gonna get a
This
racist
trash
mug.
container is locked. The sliding lid with a well-oiled crack. The lock. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Oh, again we come here. Didn't I just have a permission?
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid.
We're looking at
The
it.
smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Whoop.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look under the carton.
You see milk and egg rest with one. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Look under the box. Wait, did I already look under the box of cartons? Yeah, did it.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Pants.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage.
The victim's clothes? Cadaver in a door.
Why do you sniff it?
If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored.
Bag
This
it.
is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
Mug.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
You think someone from Whirling might have been involved?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked, and his establishment had the key.
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that,
See?
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Food waste.
It's just organic. Nothing. It's nothing. What's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple pit. Something larger.
Ah, yes, my clipboard.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
I don't know what this is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
Yep.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
I think I didn't want to be a cop. I think that's what I said last time. Someone from the Whirling threw it in the trash? I don't know, I'm boring.
Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime or worse. Official notes sometimes contain informants' names, even undercover operatives.
Okay, I'll do it.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are
Mug.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man.
An antique.
Only in its social sensibility.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
find an interactable item.
I have a mug.
Container sounds a muffled gong.
My dad's anti-union on principle, but it just seems just as bad as anti-work types. Every organization is different. Yeah, every organization is different.
That's one thing of the list. I think we got it all.
Okay. We have thoroughly investigated the dumpster. I am going to... What's this? Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. Human being decomposes. Okay, I want to do some different things than what I did before. I don't think I went back. I don't think that I went back and asked him about the thing that was in the dumpster. So let's go do that. It said short on money. It had a tip. It had a tip that I could have read. Oh well, that's fine. Hello, sir.
Can I help you?
Here's your container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Could someone in your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my stuff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Who else has key to the trash container?
The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
Let's talk about something else.
Yes.
Bye. Okay, let's go to somewhere that I haven't gone before. I have talked to these lads. I shot their ball last time, playing shot put instead of whatever the fuck they're actually playing. Let's go talk to this person. Better watch your mouth around me, boy. That is water. Splatter of bullet holes line the wall. What's around this side? I don't think I've been here. Lonely cormorant surveys the sea, indifferent to your approach. So that's a real bird? Real bird? Real bird! I always love port towns. The belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. Probably because it was. Capeside Apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, roundabout north. There's a girl up there. Did she spill the paint? Maybe. Inside the frame of a motorcycle in repair, and the tools used to disassemble it. Looks like there was more construction here once decades ago. How do I get up there? Docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A. Your room in the whirling gig isn't much bigger than this boat. Hello!
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good morning, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour.
Ah.
The gentleman must be from the RCM.
What gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
What is implied here? That you're a drunk?
I'm not a drunk. I'm a police officer.
Of course you're not. It was only a joke.
What's the L stand for?
Peyton, my maiden name.
Shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Tight and cold.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview.
Oh no.
I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Do you really believe that, Kim?
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. The lieutenant is hatching some scheme.
How dare you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
That's good. You're on a boat, man. You're going fast, and you seem rich. I remember not liking the interview with Joyce. Well, these options already bode well. What can you tell me about the strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What is your role, precisely?
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
I never thought about the pronunciation of negotiator. Because the way that she did it, the T wasn't pronounced like an SH, it was pronounced like a soft C, like negotiator.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Racist behemoth? What? 2-meter-20 racist behemoth? What is that supposed to mean? Tell me about the behemoth.
What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organization now.
A racist giant? How are the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
Wait, so you're the negotiator, but you're also one of the owners of the harbor? Shouldn't negotiators be uninvolved third parties? I'm guessing the encyclopedia makes the conversation worse than I remember. Yeah, probably, because there would be so much, like, bullshit coming up on the screen.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
How would happen to Gomont?
Mr. Clare told him to, how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gomont is short of stature, you see.
Okay then.
Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
Over-aggressive commie posturing. Jesus. Seems like they have no idea about business. Forget it, I wanted to ask something else about the strike. I don't know what to think about that. I mean, that's a pretty typical slogan. I like it.
Then you might also like their other slogan. Demand democracy.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Not hard communist enough for me. I don't. Is this gonna come off as a joke, or is this gonna make her uncomfortable? I'm very curious.
Personally, I agree. It lacks the pizzazzo of every worker a member of the board.
Okay, I like her. What exactly do they mean by it, though? What's the demand?
It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what? About anything really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
Ah, that's a little impractical.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
It's pretty funny. The king is dead, long live the workers. The workers can't be kings. The king is king. Uh-oh. Decisions. I'm gonna say, it's pretty funny.
They're having a blast. But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was they would prefer a more practical solution.
Hey, that's what I said. I said that it was kind of impractical.
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assumed that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again.
Because, like, idealistically, it would be great to get the signatures of all 22,000 workers, but then just me and my own experiences of trying to get students to organize or other organizational efforts, it's usually like we plan for... I did a workshop where we planned for, like, 30 registrations. We got about that number, and then half of them showed up. And I was like, oh, yeah, that makes about sense. And then of the half that showed up, then maybe a third actually participated. And the others were very quiet.
And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyar at the gates.
Boyar?
The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, call me mañana.
This checks out.
Tell me about the union boss.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Is he that bad?
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
There are 2 of them.
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
That's fucked up. What about the union itself outside the Brothers?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Ah.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
The Débardeurs Union is... a socialist mob. I prefer not to have an opinion. A giant leech sucking the life out of Revachol. An effective advocate for the rights of local working men. As it currently is, God, all these are extreme answers, and this seems like a very nuanced situation, because it was good, and then it wasn't good, and now it is, now someone's dead. Débardeurs is a crime syndicate. Let's go with the leech comment, just based on what she's told me. It sounds like it's being run by a crime syndicate at the moment, and that is not good representation for socialism.
Indeed, and a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
One more thing. You said something happened in the elections.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union. She disappeared.
Oh.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Eerie.
Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Good to know.
Thank you for your concern, man. We'll be just fine.
Yeah, I didn't want to say extortion because that's the kind of thing that you shouldn't say.
How else can I help?
You seem rich. Let's actually have like a... You're on a boat.
Yes, I am.
Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
What kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft. A 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business.
What kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft. A 19.
Oh, well, never mind.
Sloop. I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I love her.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
Uh-oh.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
I feel like with other choice-based games, there's a good reason to make extreme black and white decisions in a short span of time. Disco Elysium seems terminally online leftist. Yeah, it is very terminally online. Not a lot of people on boats, are there? Do you have a license for this boat?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
We're on an archipelago?
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Le Caillou. I haven't seen anyone else sail a boat around
I
here.
haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Spicy.
Actually, That motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
She's having a good time arguing against the law. Too good, perhaps.
Do you have a license?
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
That doesn't sound like you have a license.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Qualified pleasure craft operator. So charming. Where's the damn license?
I just renewed its safety inspection last month, officers. It is completely seaworthy. In fact, it's taken part in not one, but two insulindic regattas. Even finished once.
Still need to see a license, ma'am.
Actually, you don't.
What do you mean?
The Wayfarer Act specifically denies the RCM the authority to demand anyone's operator license. It's a little-known fact among us law officials.
Okay, fine. So we can't pull over random civilians and demand their papers. Exactly how little known is this fact?
I was just being polite. Even school children know the Wayfarer Act.
Okay, well...
About the boat? Good.
What about Wild Pines?
We do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
What do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
How much money do they have? Why is it like all the big... Like, there's so many corporations that are just so fucking boring, but they're like the most expensive corporations.
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Can you give me money?
8 billion?
20 billion. Money I know is so much less than that. Let's just say wow.
20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments. A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility.
Where does it get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lormantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it. You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
You don't keep it moving, the workers do. The company is nothing without them. That is the very... That's kind of... yeah.
We built this district.
Ah.
All the best parts of it. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, with its bastions. The plazas Meteor and Mosaic. Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to the investments from the WP.
Well, that's skirting the issue.
Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected here, the Pines built it as a resort for its Revacholian employees. A company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution. But that's another matter. I'm here to make sure the Pines can fulfill their responsibilities to the place they built.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
Tell me about the lynching. I don't think she'll know
Quite a few
anything.
things, I'm afraid.
Oh, never mind. She knows things.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Fuck, I don't have a badge.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant...
I don't have a name!
From Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
No, don't look at me like that.
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
I feel like watching BE is more fun than actually playing it because I can't go back. I can go back and rewatch this conversation, your reactions on other things. Oh, well, that's nice. I'm glad. I'm glad that you were enjoying watching me experience this game. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying playing it. I don't have a badge. Remember my Palmer told you that I recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
I could have eaten it for all I know. It's possible after a night of heavy drinking I lost all memory of my life in the world. I don't know. I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, the city, nothing. I don't know. Everything is a bad answer. Yes.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up. Please.
How fucking dare you make me have to admit my shame? It's possible.
Oh dear. I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
I revealed none of my turns in the conversation. I had so many opportunities to show off how little I know.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
No.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
How do I negotiate my way out of this?
Feeling
Fuck!
will guide the way.
Madame, I need to know about this lynching. It's very important.
I assure you, it is no small matter for me either. We all share the responsibility for disarming this situation. I hope you have a badge for me as soon as possible.
And when you change in build, I still wish this game was a book. I feel like I'd have to go over this stuff constantly. In-game journals are just not robust enough for my dumbass. I'm actually surprised that they wouldn't do an adaptation for this into like a book or as a partner thing. But I guess there are a number of ways that this can go. I assure you, it's not like a side case for me. This is my main thing. You have so much else. I have only this. This is my entire existence.
Trust me, officer. I am fully committed to resolving this impasse. This isn't some side gig for me.
She's silent. The wind flaps the sail above her.
Officer.
I don't remember anything except this lynching. There's only the ghost in this lynching. This is pathetic.
You know, I don't mean to sound cold, but if you want something, you have to give something back. More than just guilt.
You're doing it. Despite your own best efforts, you're still getting in. Somehow.
I'll be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something tangible.
Like what?
The Union is conducting drug trade out of the harbour. It's an open secret in Martinez. Surely it must not come as a complete surprise to the RCM either. Perhaps it's time to look into it. Or you can find your badge, which honestly seems like a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Don't look at me, Kim! Hello? Whoa, autosave. Hi, what do you want? What's up?
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
I can't hear you.
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and you know, not volunteer us to be her henchman.
I thought it was going well.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Kim.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
Sorry for putting us in this situation, I'll handle it. What do you propose? That we don't investigate the drug trafficking? We could just, you know, find my badge. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm sure you will, Detective. Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters. You could request a new one from the station, but that would literally take months.
Well, good to know that.
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
Ah, smart. Hello, we have, conferred.
Good. What can I help you with?
Tell me about the alleged drug trafficking.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Years? And you're only just asking now?
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
The materials come from Samara to Revachol through the terminal.
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
Let me get this straight. Yeah, we already see that. You want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dockworkers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
Am I gonna need bolt cutters for this?
Unlikely, officer. I'm talking about the lorries. Once the ingredients reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers, well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they may be vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam about just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Yeah, why didn't you come earlier?
We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
Okay. Do you have proof?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
I mean, that's relevant.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs?
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, but she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the trade committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
I made up my mind about the smuggling investigation. Yes. Sure, let's probe the drivers.
According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
Give me money.
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
Why?
Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
Nice fabrics?
Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, a silk shirt and matching scarf around her gentle throat.
What are you getting at, Brain?
While dull orange pearls hang from her hair, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry. Wealth and all its possibilities.
Dull orange pearls.
Now look at you. You misery-clad sea. Barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
I don't like this internal dialogue. I'm a working man. I'm not ashamed to shake this leech for some dough. Damn. As I should be for even considering it. This is a woman, I'm a man. I should make my own goddamn money by now. What is this feeling? I never felt it before. I'm not ashamed. Ashamed?
Shame? You haven't really been in the presence of gentlefolk either, have you? What shame is there to be felt in front of these dock workers, cops, and hotel clerks, but to belittle yourself in these eyes of Odinin? Oh God, the lieutenant is here too. Do not dishonor the force.
Ah, great.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
You could give me money. Heard of billions. Okay, we'll leave it for now. We'll leave it for now. Can I save before asking her for money? Probably not. I think this is an autosave type game. Or is it? I'm not sure. There must be like a way to save. Ooh, look at me spin. Ah, quick save. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to save scum. It's tempting, but I won't do it. I have a mission to investigate the lorries, to talk to my friend. Where am I going? Probably not going to play for that much longer. I am sleepy, and I have shit to do in the morning. Let's see. I'm not going to talk to this little girl. I'm going to go right into her store. Oh, I have not been in here. Oh, this is quite quaint. I enjoy this. Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. Book collects the national recipes of Arda. They talk about lake trout. Hello, lady.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
Man has the balls to beg an old woman in a wheelchair for money, but a rich lady is too much. Yeah.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
The only reason why I won't do it is because there is a gamble involved in it, and I will... Also, I didn't get money out of the old lady. She did not give me money. She gave me a pin. Oh yeah, she gave me a pin. Oh shit. But yeah, I will wait until I have a better chance at winning that gamble. Be welcome. Responsibility for your energy. Ah, okay. Can you give me some money every single time? Are you the owner of the store?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more penetration.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Ah. Farewell for now, book peddler. Who's the little girl standing outside?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post, doing her job like a proper girl?
Yeah, I had the realization that I was given a pin. Yes, she was.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
In another life, I did.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10,
Oh my god.
how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
I'm in the store, aren't I? 10.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong. I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. I think that you're handling her incorrectly. I don't think that she should be standing outside.
Mind your own business, sir.
Ooh!
In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
I don't know if I should come right out and say I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening.
How much do you pay her?
Good, sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her, as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
But that is a contradictory statement, because you're saving it for her, and then you're like, what does a young child do with money? She's securing her financial future out there. Wait, what are you talking about?
Indeed. Are we done with the jokes now?
Ah.
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
Well, let's change the subject.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and...
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn.
What type of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
I hate her.
She smiles and nods.
Well, I'm not gonna buy shit. What if I steal? I feel like that's not the attitude to take with a book person. Tome of Fascist Magic. Rather candid. Interesting.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Why would I ask her to tell me? Okay.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook. High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover.
Interesting. Why are you interested in this, Harry?
Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
How do you shoot cocaine into your eyeball?
Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
See, I feel like this would be a lot longer. It's already kind of long, but it would be so much longer with the encyclopedia perk.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long.
Ma'am.
She understands she has erred against the customer and immediately corrects course.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Anything of note?
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Who or what is an innocence?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education.
Well, that's an assumption to make.
The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
I'm done.
Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are. This bookstore is not strictly about crime,
paranormal books,
and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
I can confirm it is much longer. It's an encyclopedia. Yeah, I don't regret my choice to redo this. Excuse me.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
That's probably not good.
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Is this taking the shit out of, what is it called? What is it? The Secret? I think it's called The Secret? Where... I'm forgetting all the fucking terminology associated with it.
Various paranatural books.
But The Secret is like self-actualization, where you can basically cure anything about yourself, or you can fix yourself as long as you have...
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular sword.
I'm done with this bookstore. Where you can fix anything about yourself as long as you mentally have the disposition to do so, or you have the mental positivity. I'm forgetting all the terminology that's associated with this goddamn book, but it caused a whole movement of self-help, self-actualization. You can cure your blindness if you believe hard enough, and if it doesn't work, you're not believing hard enough, which is how they kind of get around that, oh, this is bullshit, because some people are yeah, it worked for me, and then other people are no, this didn't work for me at all. And for the people that it didn't work for at all, it's because they didn't believe hard enough. So yeah, that is The Secret. Hello, what's up?
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
I have a pin for you.
What can I do?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
I feel like I'm interrupting you.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Typical vacuous consumerist objects. Man, I do like to read the notes on some posts on Tumblr, but there are definitely some comments that I read where I'm like, man, if you speak like this in real life, what an interesting person you are. Honestly, I think some of your selections are more tasteful than others. Business plan is all over the place. You should specialize, zoom in, recapitalize. Well, that's not what I want to say. Quite the collection.
It keeps me entertained.
The secret is about the law of attraction. Ah, that's the word for it. Which I usually don't see attempting to give medical advice. It attracts people who are in unfortunate circumstances. So when people are going for things along the law of attraction, which is like good things, good positivity attracts good things. Some people will go to it when they're in a situation that is particularly bad, like if they have cancer or if they have a disease that is uncurable or anything along those lines. So that's where it kind of blends into medical advice, where it is more broad in that sense, but the law of attraction, like, there are other people that have written books similar to The Secret that capitalize on that for things related to medical situations. That's where I was making the connection. But you are completely right that The Secret is definitely broader. It's not specifically medical, but a lot of people that are vulnerable will wind up kind of looking at The Secret as one of the solutions that they could go to if they're in a dire medical situation and they can't afford actual traditional medicine. I was curious when they use the word traditional medicine, because it's usually like holistic, or what was it? Other because when I hear traditional medicine, I think of like herbs and everything. I was kind of curious that they use that instead of like, what is it, clinical medicine? Something along those lines. When I was horribly depressed in college and had the stomach flu, I tried meditation and it didn't help at all. Yeah, I mean, other people do try meditation and it helps, but it's still not really the solution for when you have a mental illness that needs psychiatric intervention. Anyways.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
Is Roy high, and if he is, then on what? You might be able to aid in our investigation. What is he high on?
Okay.
Fuck.
He definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer.
Okay.
A guarded man like him wouldn't tell you if you asked out loud.
Oh, that's good.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Do I want to sell this pin? How much do I get for this pin?
Let me have a look.
Oh! I have so many things I can sell. My pawn menu.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Commemorative pin. Ammonia. I really don't have very much. I wouldn't give this away. This was given me to Kim. I can't sell it right in front of him. Also, why can't I sell the mug? The problem with the law of attraction is kind of legit, but you do have to do it correctly through actual therapy. There's a lot that could be said. It's legit in the sense that, like, having a positive attitude in general will make you have a more positive experience in life, but some people interpret that to mean like, again, it blames people for not trying hard enough to be happy when they're in a situation like, yeah, it's complicated. There's a lot of criticisms of The Secret because of how it's been done. I would need to actually read the book myself to see how it represents itself, but I do believe that meditation and mindfulness is a good...
street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin.
Yeah, meditation and mindfulness is a good way to mitigate some symptoms, but it's not really the be-all, end-all. And yeah, like you said, it has to be done through like actual therapy. You have to have actual people that know how to do it or guide you through it. But then it makes it inaccessible again, because that was kind of the point of The Secret, was like, oh, these are the secrets to success. Yeah.
The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here.
What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer, you're very cool. Bang, 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 bang!
Really? You think I'm cool?
Oh, yes! You got style. You got personal style. You know what you like.
He surveys his consumerist kingdom with an air of satisfaction.
You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
I'm also curious about Sealing's accent. It took me by surprise.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions.
Persuade him to give you some money? Well, what kind of stuff are you selling? Where are you from, Sealing? Yeah, where are you from?
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
You're not a local, are you? This sounds like I shouldn't say it.
Very sharp, officer. I'm Serais, from the Sigai province of the Serais Empire. The apricot suzerainty, you know?
Well, that sounds related to my drug investigation. Why is it called that? Lots of apricots there?
The apricot suzerainty is what the Sigai archipelago is commonly known as in Revachol. It's a bit of a fraught term, I'm sure you understand.
No, apricots come from Sigai. My grandma used to grow them. But Sigai is a shithole. That's why I came to Revachol. Here's much better for an independent entrepreneur. Less laws.
I don't know if you should say that to an officer.
Speaking of, why not support an independent local entrepreneur? I send half my profits back to my grandma in Sigai.
What kind of stuff?
Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom.
I guess this is how I like improve my disposition. Is there a discount for cool officers?
No need for discounts at ceilings, officer. Everything's already on sale. Anything you want, 50% off.
You have a permit.
Good joke, officer. Here we don't have permits, just economic freedom. Take a look around.
You glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds and a dust-choked air.
It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom.
Kim, is it true that he doesn't need a permit?
It is, yes. Anyone can set up their shop whenever they feel like it.
Okay.
That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city and its law officials are so cool.
Look at Kim in the police insignia.
If you wanted to be cynical about it, you could say we are here to protect the interests of property holders. I'm not, however.
My man, officer, you make all this possible. Without you, this climate would be extremely bad for business. You're part of the Gossamer state.
I'm protecting the state of lawlessness. I'm not an officer of the law. I'm an officer of common anarchy. This guy, is he one of the dudes? I don't think he is. Is he one of the what are they called? I don't remember. The transporters.
Yeah, that's the main thing about you. Freedom is great.
Bye.
Anything for you.
I'm outie. But I do believe that is where I get new clothes, probably. I think that I will wrap up, though, because I am sleepy. I should talk to you at some point. What's that? Goods from the lorry? Lorry! The lorries! That's the lorry drivers. That's who the people are that I need to talk to eventually. And then there are the strikers that should be over here, I think. Yeah, this is... I'd leave, but I don't want to get beaten up. Let me work. I'm gonna start drinking if I don't. Are you the racist man? Oh, hello. What are you up to?
Scab?
Hello? Wait, I'm already walking. I'm not a scab, I'm a cop. What exactly is a scab? I'm a scab, poor and downtrodden, right to work. I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab.
Call me Manana. Are you the racist one?
Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
I come to the matinees investigating a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
You're right, it's almost impossible. I'm 91% sure it'll never get solved. Well, I probably shouldn't say that. Maybe you want to help me solve it by telling me who did it.
Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier that way.
Well, that's good to know.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Oh, are you sure? That makes it easy. I think Call Me Manana sucks, but is not racist? Like, he doesn't work or something. Oh, okay. There was someone that was said to be a 6'4" giant who is racist. I'm short on money. Can you give me money?
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
Oh no.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Appreciated.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to, you know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing though.
Union has problems getting by?
Nothing to worry about really. The jam's a bit of a mess, cargo can't get in or out. The rationing is a bit stricter is all. Supplies should last the strike though.
Every little bit helps.
I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs.
I need to know what's behind these gates.
My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits.
Can you let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
I guess I just walk in.
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Measurehead.
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there.
Ah.
Walk right past him,
Seminese supremacist. Oh no. Okay, well that's my racist boy.
Then press the button to unlock the door. Then go past him again.
It looks like he's not wearing a shirt.
And you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best measure head in a physical confrontation. Or you could convert to a Seminese supremacist worldview.
Ah.
Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone ever bested him?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Have any scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Okay.
Sure.
Tell me about the strike.
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Ah, okay. Let's go talk to the union boss. I think he's in here. Maybe? Hermetically sealed door locked by electronic means. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna try to talk, and then I'm gonna stop playing. Can I talk to you? No man matches Measurehead. Oi, Measurehead. Measurehead is law. Nobody comes close to Measurehead. I'm gonna slip by. I'm gonna glitch my way past Measurehead. Hello. No lockpicking or door kicking this one. I wonder if it is possible to kind of glitch past him. There is like some interesting physics to the walking. Hello.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Hello?
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Size him up.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
Is he like Russian? A ripple of muscle passes underneath his skin.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
What do you mean my body betrays my degeneracy?
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul.
Ah.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Kim, is it really so bad?
It's not good.
Great.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
Everyone's against me. You're right, I'm an alcoholic. Can I enter the harbor?
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Ham sandwich race? What are you talking about?
Show him the ham still got it.
Wait, what? The race stuff isn't important here. I just need to do my job, please. This is so pleading.
Begging for help. Attempting to pass fear for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race.
What is happening?
You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Kroikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
Sir, this is the Wendy's.
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna save and deal with this later. Oh, but yeah. We've done nothing today. We've talked to people. I am gonna save at 1 p.m. The kitchen will open and I can go there. This is very interesting. I'm not used to a game that like takes real world time. But yeah, thank you for watching. I am going to go to bed. Should I be quick saving? Should I save game? Save? Save here? Oh. Okay. Cool. But yeah. Still enjoying this. Enjoying this much more that I don't have the encyclopedia anymore. I prefer having the perception. Feels much better. There's so much less words that happen. I'm gonna get you, Kim. I'm gonna get you. Oh, you can't run from me. Can't run from me, kid. Give me a hug. Why are we half-brothers? Why did it say we were half-brothers? Are we actually half-brothers, or is that just a turn of phrase? I don't know. I don't know, Kim. I don't know. Can you get me? I don't know. Thank you for watching stream. I might stream next week. It is also the end of the semester, so I might die next week. But something will happen, and I will let you know. Have a good evening. Thank you for watching.